What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have many topics to cover for you guys. The main one is Timo Werner, because a transfer expert is claiming that Liverpool are ready to go back in with a higher bid for Timo Werner, because initially Liverpool, because of financial problems, wanted to get Timo Werner on the cheap, and that's so far backfired because Chelsea are ready to pay the release clause, because Chelsea have the Eden Hazard and the Alvaro Morata transfer fees coming in still this summer because of the transfer fee installments. So Chelsea, after also not spending much money on outgoings because of a transfer ban, have a revenue coming in, money coming in on top of their regular revenue because of the sale of Hazard and Morata to Spain. And also Liverpool wanted to offer Leipzig £30 million up front plus a £50 million bonus. So that comes out to just 45 million pounds, and Leipzig's release clause was, Timo Werner's release clause was 54 million pounds reportedly. So the transfer expert is claiming that Liverpool want to go back in, so we will have that detailed for you guys in this video. And also, according to reports, Liverpool want to sell as many as 6 first-team players to generate funds in the summer to offload some deadwood and some backup players. So apparently Liverpool will be active in the transfer market, and Liverpool will not want to just keep the squad as it is and sign no one in the summer transfer window. And the reports are saying that the fact that Liverpool couldn't get Timo Werner is purely because of financial reasons. Jurgen Klopp himself told Timo Werner this, but let's actually listen to Ian McGarry, a transfer expert, who is saying this. It will be interesting to see how Jurgen Klopp responds to this setback regarding the Timo Werner transfer, if indeed that is the case. Obviously Werner is yet to actually sign for Chelsea, despite the release clause being met. The transfer is not official yet. It is expected in some quarters that Liverpool may well make another bid, having failed with an initial bid 16 days ago of £30 million plus 15 million in add-ons, and apparently that's not in pounds but in euros, I'm just reading. So that's even less than, much less than the 45 million pounds that I thought. It's somewhere around 38 million euros, which is clearly well below the release clause of Timo Werner, but certainly is potentially open to being increased and therefore giving Chelsea some competition. Chelsea offered Timo Werner £50,000 per week more in wages on top of the transfer fee. So the overall financial package that Chelsea offered for Timo Werner, meaning £54 million in release clause, another £10 million per year in wages, that amounts to about £100 million across a 5-year contract. And Liverpool are in such financial difficulty because of the pandemic and because of this huge financial crisis and recession that is coming, that apparently Liverpool just didn't want to gamble with their finances, because Liverpool have one of the highest wage bills in world football, and also we don't know when the football will resume properly, I mean with fans in stadiums, because Liverpool are set to lose £3 million with every home game being played behind closed doors, and Liverpool made an operational profit of £43 million, and that was with £577 million in record revenue. So you could imagine, if Liverpool are losing hundreds of millions of pounds in revenue, then they are in the negative, and Liverpool just couldn't gamble with their current financial situation. And another pundit said that one of the things that would attract Chelsea to Timo Werner is that he can play in a variety of roles. I think he's dangerous where he can pull into that half space in the inside left channel, but he can also play through the middle. And Julian Nagelsmann is working with Werner to be more flexible and to get his head up and look, because sometimes he could be a player who would go missing in games. If the game wasn't going particularly really well, you wouldn't see him, Timo Werner, for big chunks of it. He might score you goals, but the all-round contribution wouldn't be as good. But now he is looking for teammates, so Timo Werner improved this season, and he's an excellent player, and potentially Chelsea have got a very good player in their hands if they manage to get him. And the Times newspaper is reporting that Frank Lampard made regular phone calls to Timo Werner in the previous months, so this is not a sudden move by Chelsea. They laid down the groundwork for this transfer, and according to reports, over the last few weeks, Timo Werner received almost daily phone calls from Frank Lampard over, the last period. According to the reports, Lampard discussed where Timo Werner would fit into his plans for a young, aggressive forward line at Stamford Bridge. And according to a report in the Telegraph, both Frank Lampard and Petr Cech actually made an undercover pre-lockdown trip to Germany that actually helped Chelsea to leapfrog Liverpool and Manchester United to convince Timo Werner to move to Stamford Bridge. That is absolutely crazy to me that Lampard and Petr Cech went just before lockdown began to go to Germany, went to Germany and personally sat down and talked with Timo Werner and his representatives. And apparently, according to reports, they laid out their plans for how Werner will fit into Lampard's vision for the team. And the report says that Werner, his family and his representatives were hugely impressed by Frank Lampard and Petr Cech personally going over to Germany to speak with Werner. And also the feeling was mutual that Lampard and Cech were encouraged by Timo Werner's driven, very ambitious but very humble character, and these figures, Lampard, Werner and Petr Cech, remained in contact. It was unlucky that after that, of course, a travel ban and the lockdown began, so Jurgen Klopp couldn't meet up personally with Timo Werner, because maybe that would have convinced Timo Werner to go to Liverpool. Jamie Redknapp, who is a former Liverpool player, Sky Sports pundit, said this about this Timo Werner transfer: it's a great signing for Chelsea if they can get it over the line. Chelsea have got Hakim Ziyech as well, and he looks like a really good signing as well. Frank is building a really good young side. Tammy Abraham has done well up front, but he can play in any of the three forward positions. I think it just shows that they are doing good things at Chelsea. Frank has done a great job, especially if they get top four. If the deal is done without knowing that Chelsea are going to be in the Champions League, then it shows you that he was very impressed with what Frank and Chelsea are doing right now. He will probably look at that Chelsea front line with Willian and Pedro out of contract this summer and think that he can be a regular in that team. And Redknapp believes that that is a major draw of Chelsea, that Timo Werner has a guaranteed starting place. At Liverpool, who is he going to replace? He's a really good player, but we don't know right now. Is he better than Mane, Firmino, Mohamed Salah? It's one of the best front three attackers in the world right now, so he doesn't want to go somewhere and be a number two in a position or a substitution. Will they regret it? Liverpool, you don't know that yet, but that is what has come down to, and Werner has got to do it. Apparently, he has got to make Liverpool regret that decision, or at least make them think, I wish we had signed him. Oh boy, that's my nightmare, that Timo Werner goes to Chelsea and he propels them into a title race, and potentially Timo Werner could be a difference between Chelsea becoming potentially title winners in 2 or 3 seasons, not necessarily next season because I don't think they are ready yet, but in 2 or 3 seasons Chelsea could build a title winning team around Timo Werner, and I would hate that to happen, to be honest. And according to reports in Germany, earlier this year Timo Werner has spoke to Jurgen Klopp on the phone, and Werner had some reservations whether he would play regularly in the Liverpool starting lineup. Jurgen Klopp could not offer him any assurances, but both of them knew that Werner had the talent, the ability and the attitude to be a success at Anfield. A move was on the cards to Liverpool until the pandemic hit and Liverpool's finances got a major hit. It got a major dent. The loss of matchday revenue, broadcasting revenue and a drop in value of commercial deals, the cancellation of lucrative pre-season games meant Liverpool were just not in a financial position to spend £50 million on a player who is not a guaranteed starter in Liverpool's team, and also on top of that 9 or 10 million per year on wages. it's a huge financial burden for Liverpool, and they just couldn't risk doing it. And among this uncertainty, Werner basically said to Liverpool that you have a deadline until to meet the release clause, and after that we will talk to other clubs. And according to The Athletic, Jurgen Klopp actually called Werner after speaking to Liverpool owners FSG to explain that Liverpool will not be signing him, but not because of footballing reasons, purely because of financial reasons. Werner accepted Jurgen Klopp's explanation according to this report, and Timo Werner and Jurgen Klopp still have a respectable relationship. It just didn't work out at the moment. But if you can believe Ian McGarry, the transfer expert, Liverpool will go in back for Timo Werner and potentially match his release clause, but time is running out. We have like 9 days left. So I think in the next 2 weeks, Timo Werner's future will be sealed, it will be decided, and then we will see where he moves. And one of the other reasons why Liverpool pulled out of this Timo Werner transfer is that Liverpool's original plan was to sell 6 players: Divock Origi, Dejan Lovren, Xherdan Shaqiri, Loris Karius, Harry Wilson and Marco Grujic, and those 6 sales could have generated upwards of £80 million. But the transfer market right now is completely different. Most clubs, apart from the big clubs, most clubs will spend hardly any money in the transfer market in the summer. So we can't sell these 6 players for 80 million. We might have to either sell them for a cheaper, so that means less money generated, or we might have to just keep them at the club, wait another 6 or to 12 months until the transfer market rebounds a little bit, and then go from there. But one prominent football agent said that in the transfer market in the summer it will be mostly loan deals and free transfers outside of the big clubs. So the smaller and the mid-table clubs won't be spending the usual 20-30 million pounds on players. I don't think Liverpool fans should panic. We are still the strongest team in the Premier League by an absolute country mile. Our starting 11 is still the best in the Premier League. Our squad depth is not maybe as deep as I would like to, but that means that we might have just to concentrate on the Premier League and the Champions League next season, and we might have to play again the kids in the League Cup, in the FA Cup. But also, if Liverpool keep the majority of their players, core players, together, then I see no reason to worry. Right now, I think Liverpool are set for the next at least 2 years in terms of this squad, if we don't sell any of our major players. And Liverpool are focusing on keeping their core together, and that is coming very good news that Liverpool are set to offer Virgil van Dijk a brand new big new contract which will keep him at Liverpool until he retires. This could be another like 4 years on top of his right now. And also it looks like Virgil van Dijk will get to earn £200,000 per week. I thought he earned that already, but maybe apparently not. Football Insider claims that Van Dijk is to be offered an incredible £50 million over the course of his new deal, with bonuses making up a big chunk of his earnings. And Liverpool are hoping that this new contract, which the Liverpool owners want to be signed, sealed and delivered before the start of next season, this will see Van Dijk retire at Liverpool, which I would absolutely love, to be honest, because he is, in my opinion, the best defender in the Premier League, one of the best defenders in the world as well, and he has played every minute of Liverpool's incredible Premier League campaign, which will see them crown the champions, hopefully in a matter of a few weeks. The big question is, will the Africa Cup of Nations go ahead? Because I saw very conflicting reports. Some journalists are saying that it will go ahead, others are saying it will be postponed by 1 year, just like the Euros, just like the Olympics. And it would be huge. It will have major repercussions for Liverpool's season, because I think it would be perfect if it got postponed, because if Liverpool lose Mane and Salah for 4, 5, 6 weeks, that's my biggest worry, because if we don't lose them for 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever time the Africa Cup of Nations will take them away from Liverpool, then I see no major problem with Liverpool not signing Timo Werner. Because if we have Mane, Salah and Firmino throughout the whole season, we can cope with some injuries, we can cope with them being rotated, because we still have Shaqiri, Divock Origi, Minamino, we have Harvey Elliott, we have Curtis Jones coming through. So we have very talented young players. We have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who, if it comes push to shove, he can play as a forward player, even though that's not his best position and he hasn't really done well when he played there. And I think Liverpool can ride out the next 12 months, the next one season, and after that I think Liverpool can go big in the transfer market again when the finances recovered and when this financial crisis will be over. Hopefully in 1 year it will be over, and next summer Liverpool can again spend big and justify spending big on a superstar attacker. And who knows, we might bring in a Kai Havertz, a Jadon Sancho, somebody of that caliber, because by that time Liverpool could have saved enough money, because we haven't made a big transfer for 2 years running. And I can understand Liverpool fans' frustrations, but I think it's a little bit too far calling for the owner's head and anything like that. And I'm just super buzzing because Liverpool will play Everton on June the 21st, and after just 3 days after that Liverpool play Crystal Palace, and then a week after that it's Man City Liverpool. So Liverpool, I expect them to be crowned champions in one of those 3 games, and I don't really care about winning it either at Goodison Park or at Anfield against Crystal Palace. But how awesome would it be if we would go to the Etihad as Premier League champions, and Man City and Guardiola would have to stand a guard of honor to the new kings of England, to the new champions of the Premier League, Liverpool. I mean, I would love to see the faces of Man City players and Guardiola as well, of them just standing a guard of honor and applauding this magnificent Liverpool team. I really want that to happen, but whenever Liverpool will be champions, I will be happy. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.